Welcome to Sens Talk. My name is Brandon, and I'm your host. Now, before we get started, please follow me on Twitter at senstalk_, and on Instagram at senstalk. We greatly appreciate the support there. Now, before we get into Sens Weekly Update Part Number 4, a couple updates around Sens Talk and our uploading schedule for the rest of the week. Firstly, for Sens Talk, senstalkcentral.com is not our website anymore. senstalk.ca is. We're so very happy to have a much more clean-looking website domain. So be sure to check out our website, senstalk.ca. senstalkcentral.com is no longer our website. Now, the upload schedule for this week as follows. Tonight, Canada is playing against the United States of America for the gold medal at the 2021 World Junior Championship. So tomorrow, we're going to have another Let's Talk episode. This one will be recapping the entire Team Canada 2021 World Junior Championship tournament. Regardless if they win gold or silver, we're going to recap the tournament because it's been quite an incredible tournament so far by Canada, and a lot of historic moments and just history in general. Just one of the best Canadian teams potentially in Canadian history, but let's see what they do tonight to cement that in history. Now tomorrow, like I just said, we'll have that, the Let's Talk About Canada. But on January 10th, we're going to have the Sens Forward season preview. Because, ladies and gentlemen, the Sens are playing on January 15th. And that is less than 2 weeks away. It's a week and a half away. So, January 10th, we're going to preview the full forward group for the Ottawa Senators this year. Standout players, line combinations, you name it. We're going to have a full preview. January 10th. January 12th, Sens defense preview. Sens have brought in a lot of new blue liners during the off season. A lot of moving parts. Who's going to be where? Who's going to be paired with Chabot? We'll talk about that January 12th. January 14th, we'll continue with the back end of things with goaltending on January 14th. It's expected Murray will start, but we're going to go through some scenarios, what we expect of both goaltenders. Maybe Tkachuk gets some opportunities. We'll get into all of that. January 14th for the Sens goaltending preview. And then, of course, January 15th, the Sens start their season against the Toronto Maple Leafs in Ottawa. We'll obviously have a game recap after that. It's been almost a year. We'll have that for you. So lots of content coming your way, ladies and gentlemen. Get fired up since hockey is back. The hockey world last night unfortunately lost a hockey icon. John Muckler, who is the architect of numerous great Sanders teams, unfortunately passed away last night. Now, I'm a young adult, but John Muckler, when he was creating these great Ottawa Sanders teams, I was too young to appreciate it at the time. But all I've heard about John Muckler is great things, so it is clear to me that the hockey world lost a great person today. Rest in peace to John Muckler, and our thoughts and prayers with the Muckler family at this time. Now, Brian Fraser, such a notable Sens fan, a great guy. I've been following him for a while. I remember when he was with CFRA, he still is. Announced the other day that he was going to end his cancer battle and just going to end the treatment, which is a very brave decision. The Sens community is behind you, Brian. You've inspired so many, and your legacy will live on forever. I've unfortunately never had the pleasure to meet you, but from everything I've seen on Twitter, you just seem like a great guy. So we're with you all the way, and like I said, your legacy and your impact in this community will live on forever, Brian Fraser, so stay strong. Now, the Sens announced 3 assistant captains for the 2020-2021 season. Now, not surprisingly, Brady Tkachuk and Tom Chabot both got the A, but Goodbranson was the third player, and he got the A. Now, some people were a little shocked it wasn't Chris Turney or Connor Brown, but Goodbranson was brought in clearly for a leadership role. Giving him the A, I guess, makes sense. And, overall, Goodbranson, it is what it is. It's just an A. I think the Sens are such a young team that they're all going to work together and they're all going to be leaders itself. But Goodbranson brings in a veteran presence, and I'm sure the young players in there like Norris and Brown respect Goodbranson, especially for his veteran tenure. And the A is deserved. Obviously it would have been nice to see Connor Brown get it, but hey, I understand it. Goodbranson's a leader, and it's always good to have a leader in a high position. Now, DJ Smith. Interesting news came out of this while this was announced the next day, because DJ Smith said the competition for the captaincy would be between Brady Tkachuk and Thomas Chabot, and it's looking like next year the Sens will announce the next captain in Sanders franchise history. Now, we've done a whole Let's Talk episode about who the captain should be for Ottawa. I came to the conclusion that it should be Brady Tkachuk, but I'd be fine with either or. I can see both arguments, and I highly recommend you watch that video. But what I am saying is, I like that DJ Smith did finally cut through the BS and just put it out there that the captaincy will be between Brady Tkachuk and Tom Chabot. That one's pretty obvious, but now, who knows? I think they can't go wrong either way. But like I said in my video for the Let's Talk episode about the captaincy issue, I'll say it again. until Brady Tkachuk is signed long term, they're not going to make a decision because that is a huge contingent on the decision of who will be the next captain. Brady Tkachuk needs to sign a contract, and they haven't done it yet, but here's hoping they do. Now, Brady, speaking of Brady Tkachuk, says the Sens' goal is to make the playoffs. Now, of course, he has to say that. What's he going to say? Oh, no, we don't think Ottawa's going to make the playoffs. Of course, he's going to say the Sens make the playoffs, but it's good to see a kid like Brady Tkachuk. Now, I don't know if this was an added part of a question or he was specifically asked if they're going to make the playoffs or not, but regardless, I like the confidence. I like that the fact that the Sounders are not looking to, they're looking to win games, and that's what you want to hear. And Brady Tkachuk, Thomas Chabot, Tim Stutzle, Jake Sanderson, those are foundational players, and it's good to hear one of those foundational players looking to start a winning culture now. It's great news. Now, training camp opened December 31st, so it's been 6 days, and since then, the Sens have made a trade or two and a signing. Not a signing, but a couple of trades. So, a little crazy going on, so there's a lot to recap. Firstly, the Sens signed Tim Stutzle and traded for Derek Stepan. I made a video the other day. I'll put that in the link in the description below. So I broke down both the moves. I like the moves now, especially after the trade with Tampa Bay, because we got the second-round pick back for Stepan. So if you want to hear about the Stepan deal and the Stutzle signing and what I think about it, link in the description below. Now, like I just said, we traded a second-round pick for Derek Stepan, and we got it right back. Literally the day I uploaded that video of Stepan and Stutzle, Ottawa pulled off a deal with the Tampa Bay Lightning, trading goaltender Anders Nilsson and Marian Gaborik. Yeah, Marian Gaborik was still an Ottawa Sander, technically, ladies and gentlemen. I know, I forgot to. And a 2022 second-round pick to the Ottawa Sanders we got the 2022 second-round pick, including with Braden Coburn, defenseman, and Cedric Paquette, center. So Ottawa got Coburn, who a depth defenseman, Paquette, another depth center forward position guy, and a 22 second-round pick for Gaborik, who's on the long-term injury reserve, and Nilsson, who isn't probably going to be starting or backing up in Ottawa this year. So great move from Pierre Dorion. You replace that pick for the Stepan move, and you picked up a couple of quality players for your taxi squad or just to add depth to your team overall. I like the move for Ottawa. That's my rating on the trade. Good trade for Ottawa. Now, the Sens, continuing with the signing, signed first-rounder Ridly Greig the other day to an entry-level deal. The Sens are now at 46 out of 50 standard player contracts. This is great news to see. Ridly Greig has had a really tough go the last couple months. He contracted COVID-19, missed out on really participating in any Team Canada camps, so he didn't make the Team Canada team for the World Junior Championships. So it's nice to see after all of that, I'm sure countless, straight, maybe 3-4 weeks in a row of quarantining. It's nice to see that a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel for Ridly Greig after it probably was a terrible couple months. Well-deserved, too. The kid looks like a really, really fun, gritty player, and I look forward to seeing what he does into this season when we finally have hockey back, ladies and gentlemen. We're finally talking about hockey. Let's go. Speaking of hockey, Tim Stutzle was unreal at the World Junior Championship. He was on the ice for 14 out of 15 Germany's goals and had 10 points. 5 of those were goals in 5 games. It shows you that he can carry a team, and what that essentially means is the fact that Tim Stutzle is such an elite player that he can carry a team and will them to victory. Not many players can do that. You can look at Crosby, you can look at Carlson, you can even look at Alfredsson in some cases for players that can lead their team and carry them on their back. Tim Stutzle, at such a young age, is doing that for Team Germany, who was injured, full of COVID. They had a lot of missing players, and he put them to the quarterfinals, and they put up a fight in the quarterfinals. So, from what I saw in the World Junior Championship, Tim Stutzle is going to be probably the best Sens prospect we've ever had. I'll just say it. This kid is an absolute stud. He looks like Patrick Kane out there. He looks like Austin Matthews out there. He's just skating super fast with beautiful dekes, so much imagination, so much creativity, so much skill. I'm really fired up about this kid, and I think you guys should be too. Now, NHL games will be played in home arenas in Canada this season. AHL teams may as well play in their home cities, such as Ottawa, having host to Ottawa Sanders and the Belleville Sanders. So Belleville, who would normally play in Belleville, may come to Ottawa. Laval may go to Montreal, that type of thing. So the AHL teams in Canada may play in their NHL arenas. And it's good to see that the Sanders are going to stay in Ottawa. We didn't want to see Ottawa going to, you didn't want to see Ottawa going, to Milwaukee or whatever. Nothing wrong with Milwaukee or, Wisconsin or anything, but I want to have the team in Ottawa. I want Tim Stutzle to experience the city. I want the Ottawa Senators in Ottawa. So there's that. Now, a couple of number changes. Josh Norris is now number 9, and Marcus Hogberg is now number 1. Last goalie we're number 1 for Ottawa, Mike Condon. And for number 9, Bobby Ryan. So there you go. Those are a couple new numbers for your Ottawa Senators. Now, you're probably wondering, why am I not talking about lines and forward combinations? Well, January 10th is our Sens forward preview for the season. So we're going to get into that more. But more importantly, they're not really releasing the lines right now. Yesterday was our first real update about the line combinations. The Sens communications, not dissing them or anything, but they haven't really put those out there, unfortunately. So unfortunately, we don't really have any line combinations, really any idea what DJ Smith is saying. So January 10th, we're going to have more clarity, especially with Stepan, Paquette, everyone coming into the fold. Then we'll be able to see what the real lines look like. It looks like Stepan will be the first line center, but we'll see. So January 10th, we'll have more information on that. Now, before I let you go tomorrow, remember, go Canada, go baby. Canada World Junior Championship will be the next Let's Talk episode. That will be tomorrow to recap the full World Junior Championship. Hopefully, at the end of that recap, we'll have a lot of gold to talk about. But let's see. Good luck to Canada tonight. Now, besides that, thank you all for watching. I appreciate the support. This has been a crazy year. You guys have supported me through thick and thin, literally through a whole pandemic, and I appreciate you guys so very much. So thank you very much. Please follow us on Twitter at senstalk_. Follow us on Instagram at senstalk. Click the big red button down there and subscribe to us. Like this video, share this video for sure cool stuff. Senstalk.ca is our website. And of course, link in the description below. Buy your Senstalk shotgun tool and shoddy a beer for Canada, hopefully a Canada gold medal tonight. Besides that, thank you all for watching. I appreciate the support, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Go Sens, go.